So Act spazzed out on hip-hop media, bro, and your traditional hip-hop media journalists, and for good reason. Basically, he was just letting them know, bro, y'all need to step y'all game up because y'all losing. And when you think about it, he right. Bro, see, back in the day, early, mid-2000s, and before that, people got their information when it came to anything hip-hop news from like Source Magazine, XXL, magazines like that, bro. That's where literally all the information and news came from. You feel me? Because there wasn't no social media back then. And then you also had traditional radio. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when artists need to promote their album, they go up there, do an interview, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you had social media and the blog era. That changed everything. You feel me? Especially when we got the world stop hip hop era. That's when Breakfast Club ran everything. Breakfast Club ran that media game for damn near a whole decade because you wasn't a popping artist until you went on the Breakfast Club, until you went on the Breakfast Club to promote your album. You feel me? Because people wasn't gonna know about you unless you went on the Breakfast Club. You feel me? Hot 97 did their thing for a minute, but that was more of a local thing to me. Hot 97 was more traditionally just for New York and New York only. The Breakfast Club was on the national stage. The Breakfast Club had more reach than Hot 97. You feel me? But now here we are, bro. In the true age, you got social media, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, and we got YouTube. You feel me? That old way of doing journalism, that old way of promoting artists is over now, bro. You feel me? Now you got so many people that done came up just from getting up behind the camera and giving their unfiltered opinion, giving their unfiltered perspective. You feel me? And also because information is infinite, bro. It's everywhere. So you can go find out what you need to find out about this artist, about that artist, or whoever. A trial pending here, trial pending there. You just got to know where to look. And see now, bro, the traditional old heads and the dinosaurs of hip hop media, bro, they lazy, they compromise, they bought and paid for because they never gonna say nothing bad about their favorite artists and they never gonna say nothing good about artists they don't like or hate. You feel me? That's just how it go now. You feel me? That whole battle exposed a lot, bro, between Kendrick and Drake. It exposed a lot of people who already had a bias against Drake.
Drake is not that important. The reason Drake's in this is because he is a sickness in the game. It could have been any artist. It's what Drake represents. We've been saying this for months. People love Drake. We love his music. He's beloved. He's not willing to go rip his soul from the bottom and do ayahuasca and look himself in the mirror as Kendrick had prescribed to him.
Hell, it even exposed people who had a bias against Kendrick. But what people tune into you for, bro, they tune into you because they want an alternate way of thinking. They want to hear a unique perspective. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get that to them, what good are you? You know what I'm saying? If you somebody, bro, that always go with the popular opinion or majority opinion of everybody, it's no point in listening to you. You boring. You go whichever way the wind blow. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing unique about you. You feel me? Nothing articulate or smart about you because you always going with a traditional opinion. You feel me? Or majority perspective. So you feel me? He basically went to calling people out. He called people out like Lauren LaRosa, who claims she's an insider, say she reached out to that person, reached out to this person for comments. But bro, when you watch them, it's all scripted. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing no real work. Charlamagne shit on who he want to shit on, and he talk good about who he want to talk about. You're never going to hear Charlamagne say anything bad about Jay-Z. You're never going to hear Charlamagne be critical about Jay-Z, about anything.
And I remember seeing all these tweets about Beanie Siegel dissing Jay. The first tweet I saw was from Fabulous, and Fabulous was like, y'all never thought I'd see the day when Beanie Siegel dissed Jay-Z. And I was like, what? And then K. Slade had played the record, so I heard it, and I was like, oh, shoot. I'm like, yo, I just reached out to a couple people I knew in Philly, like, yo, I gotta get Beanie Siegel on the phone this morning. And he called up, and he just kind of like aired Jay out for like 30, 40 minutes.
So where did this whole situation stem from? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Beans.
The whole situation just stemmed from, like, I got the Young Guns calling my phone because Jay-Z's only paying them $1,200 a show, and they had to split it at the end of the day. Like,
I'll never forget it because that Monday, I was supposed to move into my new townhouse in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I already had put down the security deposit, and that Beanie Siegel interview played on that Thursday, went viral that Thursday night. Monday, come into work. Boogie D, who was the program director at the time, called me in the office and was like, we're moving in another direction. But I remember tweeting out that I got fired after 6-7 months of being at 100.3 The Beat, and all the blogs started running with, did Jay-Z get Charlamagne the God fired? And I was like, wow. And I remember I did an interview with Vlad TV that same week, and you can go look it up right now on YouTube. And I said on that interview, like, I don't know if Jay-Z got me fired or not, but this is gonna read very well in a book one day.
You know what I'm saying? But you gonna always hear him shooting down anything Drake do, anything Drake say. You feel me? They cover Drake just so they can shit on Drake. You understand? That's how that go. They call everything he do corny. They say, obviously, they feel like he lost the battle, and that's just how that go. The thing about it, bro, what people starting to see is y'all are not being objective. You're not being authentic. You're not even being honest if we keeping it a buck. You feel me? People like Ebro and that whole crew. Old traditional way of thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? They go with whatever way the wind blows. They hate Drake. They love Jay-Z. That's just how that is, bro. It's so simple. It's so simple like that. The thing about it, what you got to understand is that's why people in independent media are making more of a splash than the old recognized heads of hip-hop media. You know what I'm saying? People like Elliot, B-Dot, where they at now? They ain't nowhere to be found. They interviewed Jay-Z like 3-4 times. That's they claim to fame. Because there's nothing unique about them, and they got that one Drake interview too. But it's nothing unique about them, bro. When they was covering the battle, bro, it was all Glaze and Kendrick and everything hate Drake. Too basic, bro. You're clearly showing where your loyalties and where your biases lie. Everybody gonna have their own bias. That's cool. Yeah, we get that. But at the same time, bro, you gotta give an objective opinion. You know what I'm saying? Meet the Grams was not a good song. People was acting like that song was just the biggest thing because he said Drake had a daughter. And that daughter has still yet to come up and be found. Like, come on, bro. We gotta call a spade here. Me, my personal opinion though, Euphoria was the best song of the whole battle. Not Like Us, not Family Matters. Euphoria. Euphoria was the best song of that battle to me. And I'm a Drake fan, but Kendrick, he smashed on that Euphoria song. I just gotta keep it a buck with you. But the thing what y'all gotta realize is, dog, what Act was truly trying to speak to, nigga, do some work, do some research.
This entire generation that's popping now is basically of what I started and my imprint on the game. Nothing that y'all have imprinted has popped off. Be humble, little nigga. But I just had to let people know the journalists in hip-hop are dirt. I gotta call it out.
It's too many times people tune in to these podcasts and these old school radio hosts when they just report the basic information that's out there. They don't report nothing unique. They don't report nothing that was read within the fine print. You know what I'm saying? They don't report nothing that nobody else put out. They just basically resurface what's already known. We don't need you for that. We can do that on our own. Give us something that we haven't heard. Give us a unique perspective. And they don't do that, bro. And that's why Akademiks was calling them bums and calling them lazy. Because however you feel about Trap Lil Ross, he give you them docs and he break it down from social media to everything. What's the dirt? What's the dirt? Don't connect the dots on all the lyrics. Who he saying this about? He's saying that about this person because this person was here at this time. What's the dirt? Really do investigative work. That's journalism, bro. However you feel about Act gonna break them trials and them cases down, bro. You feel me? He gonna give you the details because most people don't read. That's the biggest issue here. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is read, bro. If you want to give something to the people, read, because 99% of the population barely reads. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. When you trying to give somebody an alternate perspective, you see what other people saying. Now you gotta hit it from a different angle. Give somebody something new to think about. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's why your audience will tune into you for you, because you give them a new way of thinking. You give them something that the other journalists or other media heads can't get them. And that's what makes you unique. That's what's gonna make you stand out. But a lot of people don't do that. They want to go with what's popular. They want to ride waves. You know what I'm saying? They want to protect relationships, so they don't want to be too critical of this person or that person, even if they feel like they should. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, bro. Even Joe Budden podcast is guilty of this. Certain subjects they won't touch simply because who is attached to it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna say nothing bad about Jay-Z, bro. Unless something comes out that's blatantly everybody gonna say something bad about it. Like what happened with Diddy. Say something like that happened to Jay-Z. Then obviously they gonna pile on because everybody it's too egregious not to. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that might be, but it's not proven that it is, they ain't gonna touch it with a 10-foot pole. It's nothing wrong with at least questioning. You ain't gotta say they guilty, but at least question, why is he being put in this situation? Why is he being accused of this? You know what I'm saying? Do a little digging. That's all people asking you to do. But people are afraid, bro. They don't want their relationships to be ruined. They don't want their money to be messed with. You feel me? Bro, either you stand for something or you fall for anything. That's what I live by, straight up. You know what I'm saying? You can't pay me to have your opinion. No, I'm going to have my opinion and my opinion only. Whether you agree with it or not, oh well, I don't care. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what I mean. I'm gonna mean what I say. Straight like that. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. And that's why people can respect Act. That's why people rock with Act. Because Act gonna go after whoever, whenever. You know what I'm saying? He done even been critical of Drake. It's not that often, but he will call Drake out if need be. You know what I'm saying? I will give Act that little bit of credit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody feel like Act is just a super Drake glazer. That's his favorite artist. He's been open and honest about it. That's another thing. People just won't admit that somebody is that they just a true fan of. You know what I'm saying? They act like that's too much to say. But everything that they do, how they move, points to you just a clear fan of that person. But you won't come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see, bruh, Charlamagne would not say nothing bad about Jay-Z ever since Jay-Z got him 5 years ago from that South Carolina radio station. Because that's when Charlamagne was supremely unfiltered. And he gonna go at anybody about whatever, whenever. Jay-Z got his ass fired. He ain't said a word bad about Jay-Z since. He done tried to stay in Jay-Z good graces ever since that happened. But see, the thing is, bro, when you compromise, people can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not giving a true, unfiltered, raw opinion. Now, he's been open and honest to say he's never really been a Drake fan like that. But it's like, bro, you shit on everything the man do. Everything. Saying Drake don't have a classic album, that's a straight up lie, bro. It is. Anybody who says that, bro, you don't know music if you feel like Drake ain't got a classic album. Like, stop it, bro. The first 2 was easily classics. Easily at that. Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. Come on, bro. We know what time it is. Just like on the other hand, if you say Kendrick Lamar is a trash artist, you don't know music, bro. Anybody and their mama know Kendrick ain't trash. Kendrick one of the best MCs in the game. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that is. Whichever gonna put them in people good graces, that's what they rather be on. They rather be on people good side than they bad side. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how it make them look. That ain't 100, bro. That ain't keeping it P. That ain't being solid. You feel me? You gotta call out bullshit when you see bullshit. Straight up. That's just how it go. That's how it's gonna go with me. You feel me? I don't care who it's from. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what Act was trying to say in those rants too. You feel me? Some people, they do no research whatsoever. They just see what they see online, what people done put on Twitter and whatnot, and then they report that. Come on, bruh. Anybody can do that, dog. Anybody. Bruh, do some reading, bruh. Read some articles. Learn to read it between the lines. Learn from what people won't say in the interview versus what they do say. What they won't speak on versus what they will speak on. You feel me? Niggas lazy, man. That's just what it come down to. Niggas is lazy. And that's why Act called out them specific people. Because what they claim they do, they actions don't follow. It just ain't. You feel me? You gotta be better than that, bro. Like, come on, dog. We listening to you for a reason. But if you just giving us resurfaced information, if you just giving us a majority opinion, you ain't giving us no unique perspectives, you ain't giving us no new solid information, man, it's no point in listening to you whatsoever. You're a dinosaur. You feel me? My 2-year-old son can do that. What you doing? Like, come on, bruh. Get out of here with that. And that's just what that is. And that's why Act is going at these people the way he going at them, because they don't do any true work. You feel me? You got put on through relationships. You didn't get put on because you had to tie up your shoes and you had to build your way from the ground up. And that's another thing. People don't know how hard it is to cultivate and build an audience. Ebro them learning that in real time simply because they ain't got that radio station no more. This shit hard to build an audience, homie. It's hard to get people to listen to. One of the hardest things is in the world, bro, is get somebody to listen to you. So when you get some ears, bro, when you get some eyeballs on you, you owe it to them to give them a new way, a new perspective, bro. Let us know what you think. We want to know what you think. That's why we here. Stop saying what other people think. Stop letting people speak for you. Stop letting people tell you what to say. But unfortunately, that's a lot of what goes on. People get told what to say, bro. They get told how to think. They get told what narrative to put out there versus the narrative they want to put out there themselves. And that's just how they go. That's why I say people compromise. But hey, man, like I say, you want to build something, do the work. Put the work in. You feel me? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Because honestly, that's why independent media is on such a rise and traditional old media is dying. Because niggas don't want to hear that no more. You're giving old basic perspectives that nobody cares and nobody respects. You feel me? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's your boy, Welcome Family Hustle. I'm out.